Welcome to the Marketing Home, Marketing You podcast. Week after week, Barbara Savona of Sprout Marketing brings you quality conversations with industry leaders, mini marketing workshops, and step-by-step guides on everything marketing, business, and career growth. So grab a cup of coffee and get ready for some outside-the-box ideas from the girl that lives inside the shipping container box.
Hi, friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Marketing Home, Marketing You. I'm your host, Barbara Savona, and I'm so happy that you're here. This is a fun one. I want to encourage you guys to watch the video that accompanies this podcast at watchyourbusinesssprout.com. You can just hit podcast and it's the latest one there, because today we're going to be visually showing resident events that you guys can kick off at your communities in July and really all summer long. Now, for those of you that have been following for a while, you know that we publish a magazine called SproutMonthly. And in there's a ton of ideas, visuals, and actual, graphics that you can use for your events. It's part of our marketing membership. Well, starting in July, this magazine is going to be exclusively for resident programming. That means everything from your events to your renewals and everything that it takes to engage your residents. The magazine will be focused on that. It visually tells the story well. We're able to feature the events and the different initiatives that we've done through the magazine. Now, if you want to find out more about this program and all the resources that come with it, you can go to residenteventideas.com. You'll see a preview of what I'm talking about today, but you'll also have access to upgrade for the paid membership. And because you guys are podcast listeners, if you decide to sign up for access to this magazine that has all the Canva links that you can click, customize, and make all this stuff your own, so you're not doing any of this from scratch, I want to give you a coupon code to use. So use the code POD for podcast, POD10, for $10 off your monthly subscription to this part of the membership. Now, don't worry. If you're a Sprout member, you're grandfathered into the membership that includes marketing, social media, and events. And if you want to find out about that membership that is everything all-inclusive, you can go to watchyourbusinesssprout.com also and just look at the memberships there. Now, for those of you that follow along on social, you know that last week I was attending the National Apartment Association Apartmentalize. Guys, it was insanity. This was the highest attended event. I think they had a record 12,000 that registered. It was crazy. So 3 days in Atlanta, networking, learning, and there was just so much going on. I was actually invited to come and present a course on personal branding, and I invited my friend Stephanie Graves of Q10 to present with me. We started out, we got there early. There was like 3 people in the room, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, if this is it, it's going to be, we're going to make the best of it with 3 people. We ended up having hundreds in the room. People were standing up, lining up the back. And so many of you guys stayed and talked and told me that you've either been following the podcast for the last few years, or you've been a Sprout member, or you've been part of the community. It was just so cool to meet so many of you in person and just to hear that the work that we're doing here at Sprout is having an impact on you. When I started out as a property manager and then left and started Sprout with my team, the goal was always to champion the on-site property managers and their teams. And I was one myself. I know how hard it is. And I know I say that a lot, but I really do. So being there in the room with so many of you, and now it's branched out and it's not just property managers, it's regionals and marketing directors and executives and everyone that plays a role in impacting the property manager. To be able to have these kind of networks is just really cool. So you guys know, I like to go there and I like to put on the hat that says, what can I bring back for you all? And instead of doing one whole episode with all the different things that feels maybe a little bit overwhelming, I thought I want to bring back themes that I learned at NAA, trends that are coming up. Over the next few weeks, you guys will hear me weave those into the podcast. And that way, we're learning at a way that we can not just take an idea, but we can actually digest the idea and then implement. So I'm all about from idea to activation in everything we do, whether it's in free content like this or it's in our membership. I want you guys to not just have the ideas. I remember I used to sit sometimes at conferences so inspired, but then not have the tools at my disposal to just go do it. So today we're going to be talking about resident events, and that ties into the big theme that we heard at NAA, which was it's really time for us to focus on resident renewals, resident engagement, and closing the back door. I laugh a little bit because if you guys have been following me, you know that my motto is we never stop focusing on that. Residents are the lifeblood of what we do. Even when the economy is good, the better relationships we have there, the less turnover, it's just better business. However, we know that because the economy has shifted and things are a little bit more challenging, that's the focus. And so that was one of the biggest themes. It was how do we make the resident journey just really impactful to where they don't want to leave. Now, I know that resident events, they just play a small part, but just like marketing, we want to stack the marketing deck. The more things that we're doing successfully, the better our marketing will become. It's honestly more important that we have a really strong resident engagement stack. So that's everything from move-in to how our maintenance deals with them. Events are just like the icing on the cake. If we have fun events that people look forward to, they can take good Instagram-worthy pictures, have a lot of fun with their, community, and then, make that a part of their life, something they look forward to. It's just a bonus. It's probably not going to be the make or break to a renewal, but it's not going to hurt. And it's going to give us face time with our residents. So today, what we're doing is we're going to dig into some ideas that you can do for the summer months. Specifically, July is what I'm talking about. Now, the issue is for 2 months. So if you're a member, you can go ahead and start planning not only July, but you can plan August as well. And I'll do another podcast episode as we get closer to August that focuses on the back to school, the national night out, all those kind of things. Today, we're going to be focused on what's up for July. So go ahead and go to residenteventideas.com, check it out there. And also you can check out this video. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to take the screen off of me. We're going to do a preview of the magazine, the Sprout Monthly, and take a look at some ideas and get inspired for July. So are you guys ready? Let's go. So this is the cover for the July and August Resident Programming magazine. For those of you watching the video, you are getting a peek inside what paid members see. So I'm going to go ahead and do full screen so we can see a little bit better. And as you flip through the magazine, you'll see how many great ideas they are. Members, you can click wherever you want and jump ahead if you want to go to your resident events, your retention, or professional development. We're going to be focused on the July calendar. You can get a copy of a July calendar at trysproutfree.com, or members, when you're in the magazine, you can open it up in Canva and customize it or download a PDF. So July has a lot. It's ice cream month, hot dog month, picnic month, and culinary art month. And there's some fun days. So July 3rd, Dog Days begin. Independence Day is the 4th. We've got World Chocolate Day on the 7th, Pina Colada Day on the 10th. On the 11th, Shark Week begins, and then on the 16th, it's Ice Cream Day. The 17th, World Emoji Day. We have Hot Dog Day on the 19th, Drive-Through Day on the 24th. Let's see, on the 30th, International Day of Friendship, and then, of course, Avocado Day on the 31st. So lots of stuff. Members, you'll see some options for your summer event list that you can customize in Canva or a community newsletter. And then if you want to include a design with your own photos, here are a few options as well. And guys, this is just a few previews, so you can also search the entire catalog, and there's literally hundreds of designs to meet your needs. So we're also featuring some designs that are new to the Sprout library that you can check out. And now for July specifically, my favorite event is the Sail Away. When we were at the AIM conference, we had this really fun event on a yacht, and it just felt so fancy. And we were thinking this would be, how can you bring this back to your residents? So we did a Sail Away event by bringing the joys of the coast directly to your residents. So here's a couple of things. We have the kind of go all out, get fancy if you want to do a seafood boil. And then we're going to show you guys a few ways that you can make this really special. So you can make a backdrop that Martha Stewart would be so proud of by using command hooks and tape to snake some vines up the wall. We added a little wood element there. You can decorate with blue and white accents. Think decorative vases, hydrangea florals, and table linens in shades of blue and white. And then you can even bring the sounds of the sea to your party with a relaxing white noise ocean playlist, depending what vibes you're going for. We love the 3-tier trays. They add a lot of height, a lot of dimension, so that it can be a lot of fun. And for those of you that want to do a seafood boil, you can grab this invite if you're a Sprout member and customize it. And of course, you have your shopping list that everyone can access. Now, if you want to do this as a grab and go, you can do a sip and sail brunch. You can pull your residents leading up to the brunch to see what items do they want, and then partner with a local bakery or a juice store or a restaurant that they can supply items. Maybe you can get a discount since you're a neighbor. You can include those restaurants' menus in your buffet line for residents to grab. You could do this entire event by the pool if you want to make it an outdoorsy event. So like you see here, we've got waffles that you can literally grab and go and dunk into your maple syrup. Things like muffins, all sorts of goodies that are just so easy for someone to grab and go. Now you can do this as an in-person event where they don't have to go anywhere. They can just stay and hang out. And so you guys will see we linked everything here, even the really beautiful coffee plates and different things that make it just feel a little bit extra special. You can always alternate this and do it with fruits. You can do, whatever kind of availability that you have for breakfast items and make it special. Now, a virtual event, you can do the guess how many fish. So you have the Swedish fish, and you can invite residents on social media to guess how many are in there. They can win the jar of fish plus maybe a gift card to Amazon. And in this picture here, we actually do it for you. So if you don't even have the budget to do it, you can use this photo. There's actually 228 fish. So the person closest to it could win. And you guys will see we have some really great signs that you can use for whatever event you do, whether it's your guest tags for in-person entries, always be your, oh my gosh, always be your shelf. I literally had to read that twice. So such cute things to really make this sail away event special and bring yacht vibes, bring, the Hampton vibes straight to your residents this summer. We're going to skip this one. We'll save it for August, but you guys can also browse some event templates. You might be doing a totally different event, and if you're a Sprout member, you can just grab this template, drop the name of your event, and now you've got something that you can promote. So here's a few other things. We talked about the dog days of summer. It's time for some doggone summer fun. July is the official start of the dog days of summer, so you can have a yappy hour with all the fun treats, drinks, and toy pets that all the toys your pets will love. You can take it to the next level with a kiddie pool for the doggies to play in, and also to, just to cool off in this crazy hot weather. Absolutely love all of the different designs that we have for this. And again, members, open this in Canva and you've got yourself an event party pack. Another one is the Under the Sea. Invite your residents to take a bite out of life. This is great for Shark Week. So y'all ready for this? Host an Under the Sea party with some jawsome treats for all ages. You can play a shark documentary or the sounds of ocean waves as residents mix and mingle. You can do this big, you can do this small. There's so many fun ways. You could even have Shark Week playing in the background if you have a great setup for a movie theater or just a great TV in your community center, and keep this theme going the entire week. Blueberry muffins. An easy event is just to purchase a variety of muffin flavors and place them by the coffee bar that residents can get an extra special treat. Costco and Sam's always have these in bulk, or if you want to support a local bakery, that can be a nice little touch. If you have a preferred nearby employer that you want to make a partnership with, you can drop off muffins for their team along with some information about your community, or do a muffin like a tour and have muffins available for prospects when they tour before 11 o'clock on the weekends. You can set up serving stations in your leasing office or model units and allow prospects to help themselves. So a super simple way to tie in blueberry muffins and make them work for outreach and for marketing. Now, we talked about how it's ice cream month in July, so it's a perfect time to have an ice cream social. We're only a few clicks away. You're only a few clicks away from hosting this sweet event that your residents will love, and you can do this so easy. You can do the single serving ice cream. You can have different toppings, and residents can literally scoop those into their single serve, and they can grab and go. So we've listed everything in the shopping list that you need to make this super, super special. Okay, guys, a couple more. Movie night picnic. So snacks, camera, action. It's movie night. You can host an indoor or outdoor movie night with healthy, fresh snacks. You can ask your residents to bring their own chairs or blankets and enjoy a night of entertainment. This works really great if you're also trying to do something for like an ESG type of a thing. So we know that there's the environmental, social governance when we're really trying to show how we are ESG friendly and aware. You could even host a documentary that talks about different ways that we can help the environment. So you can use this flyer event and host a really cool movie night that also then ties back on doing good for the earth. All right, it's also the time where people like to grill and chill, and it's also hot dog month. So you can, think about how nothing says summer quite like like a hot dog picnic with friends. So it's hot dog and picnic month. And this is such a simple way that you can do, grilled hot dogs. People can choose their toppings, grab and go. Great event by the pool or by a grilling area. Something simple that you can do on a Saturday that your residents will love. And this is great too, because if you have prospects, they can grab and go and get lunch while they tour as well. All right, back to the ESG, the swap and shop. This can promote sustainable living, no shopping required, especially as residents are maybe, thinking about children going back to school. This is a great way that people can donate things that they no longer need, and you can host a swap meet where they can exchange those items with other residents. So this really promotes reusing and reducing waste, and it's a ton of fun. It's like a massive garage sale. You can set some rules up by saying, the quality, these are gently used items. You can even size it by different sizes for different people, different types of things. All you need is an open space. You could tie off a parking area and get some tables to get started. And this can be a really nice way that residents can shop free of charge. And you could pair it with anything else. You could do the grill and chill at the same time. They could get hot dogs, or you could have a movie playing in the background, or you could do the ice cream social, or have blueberry muffins, or have treats for the dogs, or all of the above. You guys, these events are made for you all to not have to rethink how to do the resident experience. It should be easy. It should be fun. Summer is a great time to bring these things to life. Now, these are the ideas for July. If you are a Sprout member, go ahead and look ahead. You can plan for August. You guys will see me flipping through. We will do a podcast dedicated to the August events. You can also jump ahead to page 48 where we have 5 resident gift ideas. So we have some that you're the zest, which is some really fun ways that you can do lemonade packets, cellophane bags, and some lemon candy. You can do some goldfish for Shark Week, which come and join the shark side. You can do pet treats as grab and goes. You can do pool noodles, canoodle with us, and you can do s'mores kit. So these can work all summer long. And then for Sprout members, jump ahead to page 50, 51 if you're looking to do some preferred employer marketing. We're showing you easy ways that you can bring this to life at your community. On page 54 and 55, we talk about renewal conversations. You can use the cost of moving, and we talk about 3 things that you can control in a renewal conversation. So make sure that you browse that and grab some renewal templates. Let's keep renewals fresh and fun so that your residents never know what to expect, but they know that it's always a good time with your community. And then as you flip through, we also show how you can tie the events into your marketing. So we have Desert Island, pet events, sail away, and food-related marketing. Now, don't forget, you can always go to the Sprout shop and check out our Sprout Bandits, whether it's pool hours or reminders to pick up after your pet or hosting an event, reminding them that you are a friendly community where everyone is welcome, or if you're hosting virtual tours or self-guided tours, there's literally options for everyone. So you can go to shopwithsprout.com and a few other goodies that you guys can check out. So what do you guys think? Which event is your favorite? Which is the one that you're going to put into place at your community in these upcoming summer months? I'm slightly partial to the sail away. There's just something that feels very, I don't know, just very fun, kind of fancy, a little bit like you're on a vacation. I think that the designs are really beautiful, but I love all of the ideas, so it's hard to pick just one. If you guys do any of these events, please make sure and tag at Sprout Marketing. I'm going to be picking a few of you to send some goodies to over the next month. So I want to see how creative you are in putting these things together. If you're not a member yet, we'd love to have you on the inside for just a small investment. You can have all of these resources, and it makes putting your events together so much easier. So guys, we have so much great content coming up. Make sure you're subscribed to the Marketing Home, Marketing You podcast. And if you haven't already, please leave a review. It's the best way for us to grow our community, continue to have an impact, help out all of those that are new to this industry or just feeling burnt out to get inspired. I love to hear from you, so connect with me on Instagram. And guys, that's it. I'll see you next week. Bye.